Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more My Next Life as a Villainess. And we had a lovely dance with Jorda last time, but we are desperate for food! So, think we're gonna get food this time, or you think she's gonna get cock-blocked again? Phew, that went well. Now it's time for food! First matter of business, a drink. A waiter walks past me carrying a tray with drinks. Oh, excuse me, may I have a drink? Of course, how about this? It's a juice made from berries grown in Quid. Thank you. I receive the beautiful red glass and begin to gulp it down. I love how they slide in. They don't just appear, they just slide in, and I just imagine he was like, slid right in, like, Katerina. Lord Nickel? I turn, hearing Nickel's voice, and I notice him carrying a plate filled with food and desserts. I notice you didn't get the chance to try the food you were looking forward to. If you'd like, you can have this. Thank you so much, Lord Nickel. Oh, are you trying to flirt with me? Nickel's so considerate. Even here in the middle of a party, he's always perceptive of those around him. I think it's just you, but... I take the plate and fork from him and begin to look over all my delicious options. They all look so good. And it's party food, so they all look so elaborate. There's a spicy-looking octopus dish that's supposedly quite mild, a heavily spiced meat dish, and a vividly colored salad. Where should I begin? Ask Nickel or go for the fish? I feel like asking him gets you points for him, and like maybe we want to do that because we're spreading the points out across the love interests. So, you know. Nope, straight up, ignore him, go for the fish. Okay, there we go. I hesitate for a moment, but I decide to start with the seafood after all. As I munch, my eyes open wide at the explosive taste. Is this flavor? It's so delicious! And this sauce! This must be the flavor of Quid. There's a sweetness and sourness that complement each other that I've not tasted in Sorcier. I have to get everyone to try this too. Actually, I wonder if they're already eating. Where's the food? So good, you gotta try it! She's got like a mouthful of food. I look around the party hall and see Jordo and Keith caught up with some noble women. Speaking of, those two are always making their rounds for greetings, even at regular parties, so they rarely ever get to eat. It seems like today will be no different. I should get some of the food and save it for them like Nickel did for me. Wonder how Maria and the others are doing. It's weird because I click, but it had the little pen hasn't come up, so then I'm like, waiting for it to, I have not gotten used to that. I look for Maria, Mary, and Sophia. It appears the three of them are together, because, these are not narrated lines. I mean, it's narration, but it's internal monologue. So, even though she's voiced, I don't think these lines are voiced, only when she's speaking. So it's not like she has to, the voice acting is catching up. You know what I mean? So it's just bizarre sometimes where, I click the button, but all that does is, make the little quill show up in the corner, and then I'm like, okay, that's why there's weird random pauses. I mean, I feel like that's normal for games. I read a line, I click it, and then there's got to be a pause while I'm waiting for the line to start sometimes, or the transition. But I just feel like there's a lot more awkward pauses here because I'm like, wait, what? Oh, okay, we got to click again. It didn't trigger. Bizarre. And maybe we'll get used to it, but it'll probably be like this the whole thing. Anyway. But they aren't eating. I approach them one after another. Wow, they're so popular. I observe for a moment. Sophia and Maria are the ones being approached, while Mary's warding the men away. I thought that I might need to intervene, but Mary seems to have things under control, so I think it'll be fine. Still, it looks like they haven't had a chance to eat yet. Once I finish, I'll get them some when I get my seconds. Wait, I don't remember seeing Alan anywhere. Where did he go? I glance around in search of him, and Nickel turns to look. Alan's over there. Where? He knows exactly what we're doing. Look, he looks so happy. I follow Nickel's line of sight and notice Alan performing with a violin. Oh. And you play the violin. Okay. Alan plays with ease and grace. It looks like he's completely caught up in the moment. As a royal prince, Alan was specially invited to perform for the Vinculum's maiden voyage, celebrating the friendship of Quid and Sorcier. Wow, Prince Alan's performance is as spellbinding as ever. Alan's famous for being a musical prodigy. His performance is flawless, and the nobles in the party hall stand enthralled. The rest of the band plays accompaniment, supporting his performance. That harmony is so magical, I almost forget to eat as I listen. Yeah, Alan's performance is great. I should tell him that after he finishes. I'm sure he'll be thirsty after a performance like that. It might be a good idea to bring him a drink when I do. Look, she's so considerate of everybody. For a villainess, I'm just saying. Speaking of which, that drink was so good. I think about getting another for myself when I get Alan's as I take a bite of my dessert. The depths of flavors that fill my mouth make my eyes light up. Wow, this is amazing! It's rich yet lightly sweet. While I'm absorbed in the taste, I hear a slight chuckle from beside me. I see. I'm glad to hear it. The moment Nichols smiles, he emits a torrent of his devilish charm. Ugh, I'm being hit point blank! Even I can't withstand it. Feeling dizzy, I take a step back and then feel someone's hand steady my shoulders. Sister, are you alright? That was bad. I was about to collapse from the devilish aura again. I just love how, kind of fucking ridiculous all of this is. Because, I want to be like anime logic. The Otome games sort of follow anime logic, but obviously in a different sense of some animes are just fucking ridiculous. There's a cheese. But this came from, a light novel that was turned into a manga that then was an anime. But, it still has that, goofy anime cheese. But, it's devilish art where it's, magical, but also, there's magic in this world. But even if there wasn't, that would have the magical, and he'd have the glow. You could just see it playing out in an anime. Yes, I know a lot of our Otome games have animes, but the anime came after the game. You know what I mean? So, it's just not really the same thing. There's just something that's just... I don't know how to explain it. I really don't. I don't have the words to explain it, but just the little quirkiness of this whole entire thing is just so fun. It's just a little goofy. There's little goofinesses, but it's not completely absurd where you're like, this makes no sense. You're like, it's just the little tiny quirks. Alan just kind of snickers and you're like, and everybody faints around him and you're like, this is so fucking bonkers, but it's so fun and I love it so much. Oh, I love it. It's charming. All around me, noble ladies drop like flies like this. His power is simply too great. It's the gap between the smile and his usual expression. Katerina, are you alright? Yes, thank you, Lord Nickel. You too, Keith. I'm fine now. I stand up with Keith's help and eat another dessert to regain my strength. This one's good too. Nickel sure knows how to pick good food. Keith, this mousse is delicious. Did you want to try some? Oh, yes, I'd love to. But maybe not right now. And no need to be shy about it. No, I'm just not hungry right now. You're like, look here, let me feed it to you. Girl, that's gonna kill him. Huh. Keith has a sweet tooth, just like me. I thought he'd been too busy making the rounds to get anything to eat. Usually he'd be scolding me about not overeating, but... Why does he look sad? Keith stares out into the party hall vacantly. Could it be that he got a chill from the pool water and has a stomachache? No, maybe he came across a noblewoman during his rounds and can't forget her. It's you. Although I'm kind of curious as to exactly why us being like, hey, did you want to try some? Is gonna make him swoon. If that's the case, I wonder who it could be. I follow Keith's line of sight, but I just can't tell. In any case, I wonder what's the matter. Or maybe he's a little jealous because Nickel's over here and made you swoon. You can be thinking about that. But you're also another man's fiance, and you're his sister, so all around a lot of weird things for poor Keith. I keep an eye on Keith for the rest of the party as he continued to act strangely. It wasn't until after that I realized I had missed my chance at a second helping of the special cuisine. Damn it, Keith! Well, Lady Katerina, I will excuse myself now. Good night. The maid that helped me change into my pajamas leaves as I roll over on the bed. So tired. It's finally over. All said and done, today was a fulfilling day. The most fun I had was at the pool. It was great getting to mess around with everyone. Okay, so the pirates didn't show up at the party. Cool, we had some fun before that. The party wasn't so bad. I think I'll be able to make it through the week. See, like that, I clicked and I was like, why is it not moving? Just as the rumors said, the party wasn't so formal. It was much more easygoing than the balls of Sorcier. I usually find those parties so depressing, but since all of my friends were with me, I didn't have a moment to dwell on it. I think I can get through this without enraging Mother. Still, so much happened at the party. So much that it's hard to remember everything, but what had left the strongest impression on me was the dance, Keith's romance, Alan's performance, the food. That's obviously the food. I mean, the dance is going to probably give you points with Jordo. Keith's romance is going to give you points probably for him. Alan's performance, I'd assume, give you points with Alan. Well, the food probably gives you points with Nickel because he's the one that brought it to you. So, all right. So I don't know. We're trying to, obviously, this is just the common route. We're going to get a normal ending. So I guess we're trying to balance the points across the love interest, but I don't think we've gotten a lot of points with Nickel yet. So I would say the food because that seems the first thing that's her. Yeah, the food. Good for me. Yeah, see, okay, we got points for him. Okay, so see, I know what we're doing here. Listen, if we were going for a specific guy, I believe Jordo's the first one that you go for. But we're not. We're doing the common route, which is going to lead to a normal ending, and then we'll come back, and he's going to be the next. So I do like that. We'll just get a random ending first. It has to be the food. It was so delicious. Nickel's choices were perfect. I think that's the most balanced meal that I've ever had. Nickel's an older brother, so maybe he's gotten good at thinking of what others might like. I should ask Nickel for recommendations again at tomorrow's party. Either way, I want to eat my fill of that feast tomorrow. I didn't get to eat until I was satisfied today. I was so preoccupied with how Keith was acting, I completely forgot to eat. Usually I'd get at least a couple more plates, so I'm not exactly full right now. But considering how delicious the food was today, I'm sure tomorrow will be just as lovely. Tomorrow night's another party. Since it's not the first, it shouldn't be too awkward if I go straight for the food. I better get to sleep early so I'm ready for tomorrow, I think, as I begin to drift off. But where's our dream going to take us this time? Premonition of Fate, Chapter 2. I like the little transitions. Gah! I wake to the sound of my growling stomach. I'm hungry. I knew I hadn't eaten much, but I didn't think it'd be bad enough to wake me up. I don't think I'll last to breakfast. This is a luxury cruise ship. I'm sure there are people drinking all night at the bar, so there should be cooks in the kitchen still. I'm surprised they didn't give them, fruit baskets or something in their room. You know what I mean? Of course, I could just ring the bell and get the maid attending me in place of Anne. But I don't want to wake her in the middle of the night just because I'm hungry. All I need to do is find the kitchen and get something light to eat. I consider disguising myself as a crew member for my mission. I get out of bed and sneak out. Oh, are we going to run into Rosie again? I always want to call him Roxy. I don't know why. But the only thing awaiting me in the kitchen is disappointment. The lights are out and there's no one in sight. Guess they're all asleep. It is the middle of the night after all. You think he could open the fridge and grab a piece of bread? There's gotta be a piece of bread floating around here somewhere. Reluctantly, I start to rummage through the kitchen for food like a small-time thief. If a duke's daughter was found like this, rumors would spread like wildfire among the nobles. Mother's wrath would be unrelenting. Keith will already be upset with me just for sneaking out. Oh well, I might as well give up. My stomach voices its disagreement. If responding to the cries of my stomach. Meanwhile, my stomach started growling right around after that. I'm like, my stomach is responding to the cry of her stomach. I started recording a little bit late. I have the day off today. It's a Monday, but I have the day off. So, I was, sitting there, and then I was like, oh, I'll come upstairs and record at, lunch, but I was watching something, and I'm like, okay. So it's a little bit later than I normally be recording. So lunch is going to have to wait a little. But I did actually have breakfast today. I normally don't. But as if responding to the cries of my stomach, I hear a noise. Huh. Is someone back there? It's too dark for me to see, but I think someone's hiding behind the shelf. Oh, maybe a cook woke up and came down to prepare for breakfast. That's perfect! I wonder if I could get a breakfast ham or two, or at least a loaf of bread. Excuse me, may I ask you for something? Whose silhouette is that? Because it's not Rozzy's silhouette. It looks, why does it look like Keith's? It's the little flip of the side of the hair. Well, we haven't seen our pirate boy. Could be, actually, isn't that how Nickel stands? I never noticed the little thing, the little hair on the bottom by the neck. I don't know why I'm spending so much time trying to figure it out. Maybe it is. No, his hair didn't have the swoopies like that. But he does stand in that kind of pose. Or does Keith stand in that kind of pose? You know, because you think it could be like Silva because we haven't met him yet, but I don't think his hair kind of looks like that. His hair looks longer, and that looks like, I don't know. But I feel like we have a love interest that kind of has that pose. But actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like it's Keith. Huh. As I step further into the kitchen, I hear a gulp. So there really is someone there. If possible, could I get something to eat? Oh, nope. It is our pirate boyfriend. Interesting. Okay. He just had a pose similar to one of the other ones. And the hair just didn't seem right for anybody. It also didn't seem like it would fit his, but we haven't really full seen him, so. I feel a sudden shock and my vision quivers. What? I realize that something has struck me on the neck as my consciousness fades. Just as I black out, I see a flash of shimmering violet. Those were his eyes. That's what we saw, the little flash. I feel something soft beneath me and smell the sachet's aroma. Huh? Rubbing my eyes, I find myself on my bed in the vinculum. I'm kind of curious how he found her room, who he knows who she is. But then again, I feel like he's working with Rozzy, right? I feel like that's obvious. I think I had this weird dream. Wait, didn't I sneak out last night to get a midnight snack? I remember getting hungry, but everything after that's a bit hazy. I woke up because I was so hungry, but maybe I fell back asleep after that. Turning my head to the side makes my neck hurt. Maybe I settled in a bad position while I was sleeping. Or that smack on my neck wasn't a dream after all. Maybe. But I don't remember heading back to the cabin. Maybe it was a dream. Either way, I'm still hungry. I didn't eat anything after waking up last night, so my stomach's even more ferocious now. I look outside to see dawn approaching. If I go to the kitchen at this hour, hopefully someone will be there. But I did promise to have breakfast with everyone. It's okay, you can hold off. I'm in the mood for a fun breakfast, so I have to restrain myself for now. Wait, if I go out to the deck right now, maybe I can see the sunrise. Watching the sunrise from the ocean horizon isn't an everyday sight. With that decided, I head out immediately. The sky is beginning to brighten, so I quickly change my clothes and head out. That's kind of cute. Gonna go watch the sunrise. Meet a pirate. Arriving at the observatory on deck, I notice a figure already standing there. The familiar silhouette belongs to... Rozzy? I don't think he was the one that smacked us. I'm pretty sure it was Silva because we saw the purple eyes. I call out to him and Rozzy jerks around in surprise. Katarina, you sure are an early bird. He is adorable. I love him. For today, at least. What are you doing up, Rozzy? I'm on break right now. There has to be at least one engineer on duty at all hours of the day, so we work in shifts. Oh, that sounds tough. That's fine once you get used to it. So, what brings you here, Katarina? Stop winking at me, you handsome bastard! You're working with a pirate! I'm into it, though. I'm here for that. Oh, my stomach woke me up. And since I'm up anyway, I thought I'd watch the sunrise from the deck. Oh, I see. Oh, it's just that you're always hungry whenever we meet. Well, he's certainly not wrong. We've met twice, and both times, so yeah. My stomach was also grumbling when we met the first time. It's so embarrassing because it makes me look like I'm someone with an endless pit for a stomach. You kind of are! Well, I don't have any sweets with me, but how does this look? Rosie holds out what appears to be a cookie shaped like a stick. Man, you don't have any sweets. That's a lie. You have a cookie in your pocket. Also, this man is always pulling snacks out of every pocket that he has, so, like, I'm kind of in love with you. You always have snacks. It looks like one of those energy bars I often saw in my past life. I don't know if it'll match your palate, but if you'd like, please help yourself. Oh, are you sure? Thank you! And besides, he's feeding me, so, like, just saying. I take a bite and it tastes exactly like an energy bar. It was soft, so nostalgic. It's delicious. Thank you, Rosie. I'm glad you like it. Did you make this too? Oh, yeah. I make him to get some quick nutrition whenever I'm too busy to eat. Even the concept is the same. I kind of like the did you come from our world? Is that what we're going to find out in your route? Because, like, the fact that you invented gummies and then you invented energy bars, although you didn't know what a gummy was, or you were just playing dumb. Also, though, when everyone was showing up, he's like, wait. He kind of seemed like he knew, well, maybe us in particular. I would have guessed that just because we're the main character. You know what I mean? So, did we know you in our past life? I'm just saying. It's impressive enough to be an engineer, but like the gummies in this energy bar, even his culinary inventions are incredible. Although I'm not entirely full, my stomach calms down after eating the bar and I sigh in relief. Like, Atome Kitten does have information about the characters, but it's more like, this route's really great, blah, blah, blah. I also just really read, like, certain, like, the things. Like Keith. Well, Totokun route, breedable. You know what I mean? And the pirate, yo ho ho, and like, oh, it does say Alan is a musical prodigy. Okay. But, like, an engineer. Oh, okay, it does say he was. Okay. It doesn't say. There is spoilers, but I don't click those. So, like, this one, So maybe it isn't working for. Huh. Maybe he's not working. He's just an engineer on the ship. So maybe he's not actually working. I was like, when he said because I don't remember, I read it quickly, like, before we started playing the game when everyone was doing the poll. And I was like, okay, let me, like, read the little information about it or whatever. And so, like, some of the information of the characters. I didn't click the spoilers because I don't want to know. You know what I mean? I don't remember that he was an engineer because I just assumed because they're new characters and I was like, they're in cahoots! But maybe they're not. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But anyway. Although I'm not entirely full, my stomach calms down after eating the bar, and I sigh in relief. Phew! That was delicious. Thanks, Rosie. Achoo! You alright? How adorable he looks when he's perplexed. Or, like, concerned. Stop it. Why are you so adorable? I might have to agree with the Tome Kitten that he's best boy. He's kind of, like, just fucking adorable. He's precious, and I love him. Like, we're gonna have to see if the pirate whore pops you. But, like, I'm kind of in between the two of you right now. I do like Alan, though. You know. They all seem fun, but, like, out of all of the love interests, those three are, like, the ones that I'm most drawn to, so. But you're adorable. Every time you show up, you're just adorable, so. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, yeah, it's just a bit cold. The mornings are really chilly out here. The observatory has magic-controlled air conditioning, but the temperature might still be affected by the outside air. As I rub my arms, chilled by the morning sea breeze, I feel a warm sensation on my shoulder. Are you putting your coat on me? And they actually took his little coat off in his, like, freaking Sprite. That's adorable. If you'd like, please wear this. Huh? But won't you be cold, Rosie? I'm fine. I'm a man of the high seas, after all. He doesn't really seem the part. But, yeah, Rosie doesn't seem to shiver. He seems completely unfazed, so I oblige and accept his offer. He did say you're a man of the high seas, so, now I'm back to maybe you are in league with the pirate. At that same moment, I blink as a shimmer of light enters the corner of my eye. The sun is rising. We're going to watch the sunrise with him. Oh, I love it. And they did the little transition with the sunrise in the back. I like that. Wow, what a great view. The morning sun looks divine as it glitters on the water's surface. The way it gradually colors the sky is a beautiful sight. It feels just like going out to see the first sunrise of the new year. Remembering something from my past life, I clap my hands together in prayer. I hope today will be a good day, and I hope that I'll have lots of good food. And also, stream of wishes flooding through my mind are interrupted by a curious voice beside me. What are you doing there? Huh? Well, I've never seen a custom in Quid where people clasp their hands as the sun rises. I was wondering what it means. Oh, well, it's a bit similar to a prayer. You wish that today will be another good day. For today to be another good day. Rosie repeats, a look of wonder on his face. For a brief moment, he appears to frown apologetically, but his smile quickly returns. He's like, oh, it's not going to be a good day. We're taking over this ship. Do you know things? See, I feel like you know you're in cahoots with the pirate. He's already on board. I see. Was I just seeing things? Nah, he's in cahoots with the pirate. But clear as the sun, so is the pain on Rosie's face. I wonder what could be troubling him, and then something touches my ear. It's Rosie's fingertip. Huh. Did I get food on me? Maybe the wind blew something on my ear when I was eating that energy bar earlier. Or so I thought, but Rosie just stares without a word. Oh, sighed or something here. For some reason, his hand seems to brush along my ear. It's ticklish and makes me shiver. Yeah, you know some shit, boy. What's wrong? Sorry. That was an impulse. He's like, those earrings are fucking nice. Be a shame if something happened to him. Honestly, because I'm like, it's like he knows that Silva's on board, so they're in cahoots. He's like, ugh. And then he touches your ear, and my first instinct was he's admiring the jewelry that he's going to steal from you later. Impulse. Perhaps my hair was messy as I had changed without the help of a maid. Rosie seems to have an eye for fine artistry, so he might have been bothered by my messy hair and fixed it impulsively. I mean, that's like a nice, like, you just brushing someone's face or something. It could be romantic, but like, so. But it's interesting because it's like, why though? It's just impulse because you're just magically in love with me already, like everybody else? Or do we know each other in our past lives? Do you know something? Are you acting like a love interest in an Otome game? You know? Just as I convinced myself that was the case, he moves his finger along my cheek. Oh, hi. He looks at me intently, and it makes me restless. Are you gonna kiss me? And that's not happening, but goddamn, I can dream. I want to do something about this awkwardness, so I blurt something out. Anyway, I'm starving. Huh? We're having a touching moment, and she's like, anyway, food, bye! That would literally be me. She has no clue. She's like, he's just brushing my cheek with his finger. This is weird. Anyway, food. Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Did you get that it was like romantic tension here? And part of me wants to slap her across the face for being stupid. But one, I would do the same thing. And two, she's still just in this like, I am the villain, so there is no love match here for me, and has no, like, it just wouldn't like, she can't register that anybody's into her, because she's the villain character, so of course that's not how it goes when you're playing an Otome game, right? Like, she's clueless on top of clueless, and I love it so much. Oh. Ozzy looks surprised at my words. When I see that, I remember he just gave me food a little while ago. Oh, shoot! Makes it sound like what he gave me didn't help at all. And certainly it makes it sound like I'm a total glutton. I begin to wave my hands in a panic. Wait, Rosie, the bar you gave me was really delicious, but I actually didn't get to eat much last night. Oh, that's not so. Are you okay? That's why I'm extra hungry this morning. Actually, would you like to have breakfast together? After I say it, I realize what a good idea it is. This is my chance to introduce Rosie to everyone. Everyone? New boyfriend. And they're all like, fuck! Maria, Mary's over there. Damn it! I've promised to have breakfast with my friends, and I'd like to introduce you to them. Won't you come with me? I thought it was a good idea, but Rosie hesitates. If you're not feeling up for it, I won't force you to. No, thank you. It makes me happy you'd invite me. I don't think I have the time for breakfast, but I'd love to meet your friends. Can I come by for just a moment? Please do. Rosie smiles gently, and I smile back. I mean, to be fair, the man's in the middle of working, so can't expect him. And that's how I made a new friend here. Rosie's part of the engineering staff and also well-versed in the art of the lounge. I introduced Rosie, but I sensed something ominous from everyone except Nickel. Everyone is like, we don't want another man joining in this harem. Listen, guys, I'm just saying, this man harem is packed. So, like, you're just gonna have to get used to it. It's a train. It's a never-ending train stopping by, dropping off boys for this harem, so you're gonna have to fucking deal with it. You've already made a friend. That's amazing. The ease at which you befriend people. Oh, it's amazing, the ease at which you befriend people, sorry. No, brother! And he hasn't had the time to be impressed! Like, he's totally fine and everybody else is... A friend? When did that happen? And from another nation. So quickly. And on top of that, a man. Jordo seems happy about it. He's like, and on top of that, a man! Great! Awesome. Sister, you must explain more clearly. I don't understand it at all. How did you become friends so quickly? Huh? I said that he told me about the necklace at the lounge, and... You then said he gave you some unique sweets, and you were bound by that and became friends? Oh, well, it's more like... I always tell you not to take candy from strangers, and not to follow them around either. But strangers have the best candy, Keith. You just don't seem to understand this. You say don't take candy from strangers, and I try to tell you strangers have the best candy, so like... It's not like we have windowless white vans here for me to worry about. We're on a boat. It's fine. What's the worst that's gonna happen? He's gonna kidnap me with like some pirate guy and take me... Oh, actually, maybe. And I'm okay with that. Well, look, Rosie's a friend now, so he's not a stranger. But you're saying you only became friends after he gave you the sweets, correct? This doesn't sound right. Ugh, Keith is sharp as usual. It's only a matter of time before he discovers the truth and gets more upset with me. But as I'm thinking of ways to stay on the down low, I hear a chuckle. Sorry, you siblings are just so close. Yes, they are. Those two have been that way since they were small. Right, they really do get along. Even I, her fiancé, feel jealous at times. You should, because he's in love with me. Yes, Lady Katerina cares deeply about Lord Keith as her dear little brother. She's like, that better be it, because if I have to deal with another fucking man trying to steal her away from me, I'm gonna choke a bitch. Right? My Keith is such a cute, precious, cute little brother. He's such a good kid. Let's go with compliments to suffocate him with sweetness. I nod along with everyone and turn to find Keith blushing. Sister, what are you saying all of a sudden? Keith has always been firm of character. Mother and father often ask him to take care of me. I think back to when Keith first came to our home. I was so happy to gain an adorable younger brother. I was intent on taking good care of him. Lo and behold, instead of a playboy, Keith turned into a wonderful gentleman. On top of that, he's intelligent and excels in academics, and he never forgets anyone he meets at a party, so he helps me a lot. Sister, you're just too forgetful of people's faces. And don't say so much to someone we just met. It's embarrassing. But I understand how Katerina feels. I also have a younger brother I love. Oh my god, is Silva your younger brother? Because that'd be fucking weird, because he seems like he'd be older than you. Rosie, you have a younger brother too? Yeah, having family is nice. I agree. As I nod in agreement, I notice more people gathering at the restaurant. The breakfast crowd has arrived. Rosie notices too and turns to look at the clock. Oh, it's almost time for my shift, so I have to get going. I'm glad I was able to meet your friends, Katerina. Please excuse me for intruding on your breakfast time, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Rousey makes a proper staff salutation before leaving the restaurant. As he walks away, Jordo eyes him suspiciously. Something happened? Ask Jordo. Don't ask. I feel like I want to ask. I want to ask. Oh, we're in chapter 2. I was scrolling up and I'm like, where's the thing? I forgot. Oh, okay. I was like, invite him to breakfast. That happens after your first playthrough, which we have not done. Okay, we don't ask. All right. Okay. I'm sure we'll ask later in a different route. Was it that unusual? Was it that unusual to meet someone from Quid? Jordo's a prince, so maybe he's interested in the technology. In any case, it's finally time for my long-awaited breakfast. I sit down at a table with everyone. And thus breakfast begins. It's delicious! The food from yesterday set expectations high, and this breakfast does not disappoint. To make up for last night's lost mealtime, I asked the waitstaff for extra helpings. Sister, I think you've had enough. I barely had a thing yesterday. Just a little bit more. Well, this isn't a party, so I suppose it's fine. But don't blame me if you get a stomachache again. It's fine. I'll be sure to digest everything before the party starts. Oh, I can't wait to see what feast awaits us tonight. I love how she's just driven by food. And that's not what I meant. I listened to Keith's warning while savoring my beloved breakfast at last. After finishing the dessert, I'm finally able to stop for a breather. Phew! I feel so much better now. I sip tea while rubbing my stomach and then notice Mary smiling gracefully. Well, everyone, how would you like to spend your day today? Prince Alan, I believe you have some royal duties to attend to. Right. I'll be working with Jordo until the afternoon. Nickel, don't you also have to make your rounds as well? Right. Oh, so everyone's busy. What, there is a, What character? There's a character in my head. And I cannot think of what anime it's from right now, but oh god, it's just barely, like, slipping out. But it's like, he's supposed to be, like, foreign. So it's obviously a Japanese person, like, in Japanese. But they are talking like this, and they have a weird accent, like they can barely pronounce Japanese words. And for some reason, there's a part of my brain that just wants Jordo to be goofy like that. I don't know why. But I can't do a voice like that, but it's just so funny because he pops up and I just keep thinking of that. Like, oh god. Oh, it was one of the Idol Boy animes. I can't fucking remember which one, but it's just so fucking funny. I think they do it in a couple different other animes where there's, like, you know, the foreign character that's speaking Japanese, so the poor Japanese, like, voice actor is, like, kind of, like, pronouncing words slightly wrong or whatever, and it's just so adorably funny. I don't know why, I just feel like Jordo has a voice like that in my head. Like, just slightly goofy, but, like, I know he doesn't. I know he's sweet and adorable, but, like, oh god, anyway. Yes, we have only a week to build our relations with the people of Quid. We have to make the most of this opportunity. But had I known you'd be here, Katarina, I would have adjusted the schedule. It is unfortunate indeed. So how about us four ladies take a look around together after the meal? Oh, that sounds wonderful! Please! Yes, I'd also like to join. Oh, what about you, Keith? You didn't say you were particularly busy, right? Oh, yes, that's true, but the timing is a bit inconvenient for... It's just better that the four of you were together, so go ahead. He's like, I cannot be around four women alone with you. Okay. I nod, but wonder why Keith is still acting strangely. I wonder what he has to do. He just can't be around you because he's so in love with you. Did he find love? Or maybe he's finding the social function a huge pain. Or he's in cahoots with the pirates, too. Everyone is somehow in cahoots with the pirates, but don't know that the others are in cahoots with the pirates. He's here as father's proxy, so I'm sure Keith has a lot of work to do. I think he's just awkward around... He doesn't want to be around all the girls by himself. I was told to stay out of trouble, so I don't think I can do much to help. Like, listen, I can understand if you're like... It'd be like you're a girl and there's like... your boyfriend or your brother that you're in love with. Sure. And then his 3 guy friends, and you're like, yeah, let's go all. You're like, this would be kind of awkward. You go do your bro things, and I'll go do my own thing. So he's probably like, yeah, you go hang out with your girlfriends. Like, that would be weird. And also, I'm in love with you, so it'd be even more awkward. Because at least now there's a bunch of dudes around, and I don't have to worry about it. But then I'd be alone with you, but then also with your 3 lady friends, and I don't know if I can handle that. Too much estrogen, you know? It's fair. Oh, did I read that? I was told to stay out of trouble, so I don't think I can do much to help. Okay. Keith, let me know if there's anything I can do. Yes, thank you, sister. Then, which of the 4 of us do? Lady Katerina, is there any place you'd like to visit? Let's see. You all went with me to the pool yesterday, so how about we go where everyone else wants today? Where we want to go? Aside from the pool, I think there's the gallery lounge, library, and also the bathing area. I'd like to go to the library. That sounds nice. Mary, is there anywhere you want to go? Well, I'd like to go to the communal bath with you, Lady Katerina, and relax there together. Yeah, she is. Mary is a little. She's a little too into us. Okay. Oh, communal bath. It does sound like a nice place to unwind. I knew when it was like, oh, there's the lounge and the library and the bath. I'm like, oh no. And Maria, do you want to go anywhere? Me? I'd be happy to go with you wherever you choose, Lady Katerina. I thought she was going to say the fucking lounge, and I was like, Jesus, now we got to make a choice. Don't be shy. We don't have this kind of chance every day. Then, I'd like to go to the gallery lounge. God damn it, bitch! What did I just fucking say? What about you, Lady Katerina? Great, we're going to have to choose, and that's going to give us, like, we're not dating the girls, though, and if it was, we'd be, like, in a quad over here, so. Me? I'd also like to go wherever Lady Katerina wants to go, or whatever you decide. Yes, where Lady Katerina wants to go is where I want to go. Okay, it's a little weird. And you have a little... Okay. Why can't the boys follow us around like this? They kind of do. The library, the bath, and the gallery lounge. I'm sure any of them will be fun with us all together. Then how about we go to all of them? Oh, good, we don't have to make a choice, because I was like, how are they going to do this? Yes, let's do that! That would be ideal. We have plenty of time. I have to agree. The 3 of them are smiling so happily that I can't help but do the same. Oh, that was a weird place to pause. The 4 of us girls are going to explore the vinculum. I'm getting excited just thinking about it. Playing with all of my friends is great, but there's something special about spending time with just us girls, too. Still rushing from the excitement, I munch down on the cookie I've been saving. The food on the vinculum is so delicious. Keith watches helplessly as I summon the waitstaff one more time. After talking it over, we decide to go to the library first. Wow! Ooh, so this is the library. There's like books here. Who'd have thought? There's so many books and all so well made. If I didn't peek out the window, I would have forgotten we're on a ship. With the tables and comfortable chairs too, it's a perfect place to relax. This library has a wonderful calm atmosphere. Yes, it really does. Oh my, there's a book on gardening and quid, and here's a book on herbs too. Mary's eyes brighten with a smile. Mary loves her plants. I first became friends with Mary after seeing the flowers she was growing at the Hunt estate. The flowers she grew bloomed beautifully, so I asked her for advice about my fields that kept withering at the time. Mary said she had never grown vegetables, yet she tried so hard to help me with my fields. I was so thankful to Mary for her help with my fields that I said to her, "You have a green thumb for sure. I know we're supposed to be young, but whatever." A green thumb? Yeah, that's what you say about people who have talent for raising plants. Mary, your talent for raising plants makes you super special. So I'm special? Your green thumb makes you extra special and extra amazing. It's an incredible skill. And then she fell in love with us and has never left our side. That's what happened. The phrase comes from a story about a girl with a green thumb, but I didn't learn it from any book. It's from the Otome game Fortune Lover. Also just a common phrase in the human vernacular. Maybe they don't really say that in Japan. I don't know. But like, Green Thumb, it was like, it's a, like, you didn't have to explain that to us. We know. It could just be like an English, like, or Western world kind of a thing. I don't know. But like, that's not uncommon where I didn't need the explanation. You know what I mean? Where they're like, it came from this Otome game. And it's like, I mean, okay. And actually, it was Alan's line. In the game, Mary begins to develop feelings for her fiancé Alan after he tells her that she has a green thumb. Because I stole that line, Alan couldn't say it to her. It's a nice memory now, but he had challenged me to contest for seducing her. Yeah, but at the same time, Maria's supposed to steal him away, so. It turned out okay. I feel bad. Like, I feel like she would feel bad, but it turned out okay. She avoided the doom flags, right? I don't know. I feel bad. Okay. Yeah, I feel guilty about that. Unlike in the game, Mary doesn't seem to be in love with Alan. If it was because of that, I'm seriously sorry. Yeah, she is in love with you now. That actually is kind of funnier, because you're like, you have a green thumb, and that's literally the trigger for Mary to be like, I'm in love with this person. So now she's in love with us instead of Alan. That's fucking funny as shit. That tiny, minute little detail is just so ridiculously funny. Oh my, I didn't know that Quid had plants like these. They're so interesting. Watching Mary read with Maria makes me smile. Just then, Sophia returns from a shelf in the back. She's carrying a whole stack of books. Take a look, Lady Katerina. They're all romance novels. Huh? You found them already? I can tell just by looking at their spines. It's my feminine intuition. That's Sophia for you. She's got a good eye for these things. Look at this. None of these books are even published in Sorcier. Oh, that means these are all romance novels from Quid? Yes, they must be. That piques my interest. Unlike in my past world, there's one common language here, so I can probably read these too. So what kind of stories are they? I'll check right now. Sophia's eyes light up as she starts to turn the pages of the first book. This one is a love story about a ship's engineer and the daughter of a duke. It's a story of star-crossed lovers. That is literally... When it said a love story about a ship's engineer right there, I was like, oh, shit. And then it just got even more, like, that is us and Rozzy, no question. Ship's engineer? Sounds familiar. Lady Sophia, if you plan to read all of this, you'll be here all day. Why don't we head to the next location for the time being? For some reason, Mary closes Sophia's book, but Sophia continues by opening another. Oh, this one's a pirate story. It's just like Flowery Lady Embraced by the Sea. And their pirate's gonna board the ship, and then we're gonna walk his plank. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Sophia sighs, clutching the book to her chest. Her enchanted blush reminds me once more how cute she is, and I can't help but smile. Sophia, you really do love romance novels. Yes, the love stories are all so wonderful that I get completely absorbed in them. Perhaps someday I too... Oh, Sophia, is there someone you like? I can't miss this rare chance to talk about her romantic interests. It better not be one of our boyfriends, because it's already bad enough we gotta steal Alan from Maria. Or Mary, and we stole everyone from Maria, basically. Every time I ask, she deflects, saying she likes me and changes the subject. I can't help but want to find out who she likes. So, what kind of person do you like? Why, of course I like you, Lady Katerina. That's not what I meant. Yeah, it might be what she meant, though. Jesus, Katerina, read the room. Read the lesbian locker that we're in, okay? I also like you best, Lady Katerina. Yeah, no, we in a lesbian locker room right now. Jesus. Thanks, Mary, but that's not the kind of like I was talking about. Again, girl, she knows! I fucking love this. I'm sorry. It's so funny. Oh. I love how clueless she is. It's adorable. Lady Katerina, do you have a special someone? Me? I'd love to hear about it. There's no one in particular, but what sort of person would you like to date? I mean, what sort of person would you get along with? Oh, I want to know as well. Lady Katerina, what sort of person would you like to become closer with? I think they're asking me for my type. My favorites in the Otome games of my past life were the sadist types, the conceited types, the playboy types, the quiet types. Okay, I mean, I don't see anything wrong with all of them. I like every single one of these. I'm not sure which answer is going to lead to which boy. You know what I mean? So, oh, the wild types. So I guess we're supposed to say, but that appears after your first playthrough. So what do you choose in your first playthrough then? I guess it doesn't matter? That's the only thing I don't like. She didn't put... you know what? I gotta be honest. Like, the last couple of guides that I've used, doing Hanawase, I'm trying to find, like, say, for example, like, I'm just gonna open Jordo's route just to see what it says for him. Hanawase, there's certain things in there that's like, this is the ending. It's like, you can't get that ending. That's the third. It is the first one, but you can't get it first, and she doesn't have that in the guide, so I had to use a different one, and I'm like, you know, I'm just saying that, and then now you don't have an option. It appears after your first playthrough, but in your first playthrough, she usually puts a note like, first time, just choose whatever. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, so Jordo is the sadist type. That's interesting. That's interesting! Keith would be like probably the sweet one, right? Well, he's the playboy. Keith is the playboy type? Keith isn't the playboy. Oh, we don't have a... Interesting. Alan is the conceited type. Okay, that's interesting. I'm opening all of them to see... I would have said Nickel would have been the playboy. He's also quiet, though, so he's the quiet type. Okay. Who have we not gotten a lot of points for? Rozzy and Silva, I would guess, would have been wild. And we say wild type, but... Oh, Rozzy is kind type. But there is no kind type. So, like, that's interesting. We can't choose... I don't know. Should we not be doing the common route? Like, first? Okay, well... Silva's the wild type, so it's okay. But I guess we can just choose whatever we want. What I don't like is, okay, there's certain choices that don't even show up, like the invite to breakfast, right? But this one, it's like, it doesn't give you, I scrolled up, and it doesn't give you, so I saw the next choice, but, which is also only appears after your first playthrough. So, who haven't we've gotten points. You know what? Okay, hold on. We're just gonna keep scrolling through, and then I'm gonna close my eyes, and then we'll, like, I'm just gonna talk, and we're just gonna stop here. We're gonna say the playboy types then. Okay. I like the flirty horse. That works. Okay. Because, I mean, like, we don't have the option, and I don't like that it kind of seems like you could play the common route whenever, but not really if you're not going to give me the option or say, if you don't have this, choose anything. Just say it doesn't matter. Because, like, sometimes it does. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right now, you're balancing different character points. So I don't want to have too many points for a certain character and push us into that route. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's about balancing right now. But maybe a playboy. I think about the game version of Keith, but then I quickly reconsider. Ah, interesting. That's where she goes. 'Cause I'm like, how is Keith a playboy? That version of Keith was good looking, but as his adoptive sister, I like him more the way he's now. I'm proud of him. What do you mean by playboy? I'm not too sure, and Lady Katerina looks like she's having second thoughts about it. So maybe that's not really her type. Yeah, I take that one back. So what's really your type then? I'm not really sure. I need to think on it more, so let's get going. At this pace, we won't have time for the communal bath or gallery lounge. I try to comfort Sophia, who wanted to stay longer before we leave the library. Let's go to the gallery lounge next. Yes, that sounds good. So, is this the right way? I think the gallery lounge is this way. Wow, impressive. Knowing Maria, I'm sure she's memorized the whole map of the ship. Thanks to her, we never have to worry about being lost. Turning around, I see Frederick walking this way from the other end of the hall. All right. He's like, he gave us a sigh like a, there's women around. Yeah, but I mean, okay, how do you expect, okay, you hate women. You just don't want to deal with them. First of all, you're a man in uniform, so automatically you're carrying a sword, and you're hot, and you have a you just have a permanent bitch face. Like, sir, you're trying to attract the people you hate. I'm just saying. Like, what are you doing? You're making it worse for yourself. Upon seeing us, Frederick frowns with obvious irritation. Oh yeah, this guy is famed for hating women. Even at yesterday's party, he looked to be in a bad mood the entire time he dealt with those ladies. I think it's in our best interest to just keep walking. I even speed up a bit. Interesting. Are we talking about Sophia here? White hair and red eyes. Absolutely sickening. Her eyes are as ugly as the demon of the fogs. Ah, a cursed child. More like an abomination. Demon of hot dog? I don't know what this demon thing is, but I certainly understand his comment about red eyes. He must mean Sophia. For him to dare insult my friend right in front of us, the blood rushes to my head. Hey, you! What's your problem? Thank you, Lady Katerina, but it's all right. I'm no longer that helpless girl. Just as I'm about to lay into him, Sophia stops me. She steps between us. No matter what you say, it has no effect on me! Lady Sophia? Paying no heed to our surprise, Sophia steps forward decisively. She glares at Frederick with firm eyes. Someone I love has told me that this hair and these eyes are beautiful. Whatever you say, it doesn't matter. Saying such despicable things to a lady you've never met is something no proper gentleman would ever do. Right. Do not insult our precious friend. Huh. Yeah, keep it to yourself. Like, don't say it out loud, bastard. He's still hot, but he's an ass. He's up there with Sasha in the Steam Prison, where you're like, you're such a douche. Why do I like it? Put me in a cage and abuse me. I don't know. Like, are you gonna pin me to the wall and insult me, sir? Damn it! Could you put on glasses while you do it, though? As we all voice our support, Frederick awkwardly departs without another word. I sigh in relief as the tension begins to fade. Sophia, you've become so strong. When we were young, Sophia told me her hair was as white as a hag's and her eyes as red as blood. She asked if I was afraid. Back then, people whispered that she was creepy, but seeing her now, I think she'll be fine. She fights back with such confidence. Seeing my dear childhood friend boldly reject those insults made me so happy. I held out my hand to her. Come on, Sophia, let's go. Yes. She gives me a soft smile and takes my hand. With that, we head for the gallery lounge. I'm proud of her standing up for herself. I'm like, hell yeah, we were gonna lay the smack down. She's our friend. But it's kind of, we're Sophia now. You know what? We'll do Sophia's part before we end it. But you know what I mean? I'm just proud for her standing up for herself. Come on, Sophia, let's go. Lady Katerina smiles, holding out her hand to me. My beloved Lady Katerina's here, and it gives me courage. Yeah. I answer, clasping her hand in mine. We walk hand in hand while I process what had just happened. When that man, Frederick, insulted my hair, I briefly froze up. I hadn't received such an insult in quite some time, so it caught me off guard. But Lady Katerina didn't hesitate to intervene. Lady Katerina was enraged for my sake. Seeing her stand to defend me gave me courage that I'd never felt before. I was speaking before I even realized. Even when that man glared at me, I felt no fear. All thanks to Lady Katerina. Lady Katerina told me she thinks my appearance is beautiful. Ooh, look at this pretty-ass garden. Damn. Those are like romantic little tables. Hey, it's that cursed child! Why are you even here? How can you come out in public when you look so creepy? When I was a child, I was treated as a curiosity and insulted as a cursed child. My family defended me, but even they couldn't deflect the piercing, icy stares. I always hid away in my room. I tried to stay out of sight. My days were spent alone with books as my only friends. I'm surprised she wasn't the main protagonist of the Otome game, you know what I mean? Like, the cursed girl that everyone, like, hates and whatever, but there's always just these 6 boys that are just magically in love with you regardless, because she's the special. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it before. That's kind of exactly how Virtue Evermore is. Like, we're adorable and sweet, but we're basically, like, deaf. So, like, everybody hates us and shit. So it's like this. And then there's just those guys around us that are like, shh, whatever, you're awesome, I want to bone you, you know? So, like, just surprised. But then again, Maria is the typical, like, I'm perfect, sweet, and adorable, and wonderful, and everything about me is so wholesome. Everybody loves me. Sickeningly sweet, little naive, and innocent, and you kind of want to slap them sometimes. You know? I like Katarina. We're a little imperfect, and we're a food obsessed, so it's kind of fun. But one day I met a wonderful girl, my beloved Lady Katarina. Oh look, we get a CG with little Katarina. I just can't get over your pretty hair. May I touch it for just a moment? When she said that, I found myself frozen in shock. That was the first time anyone had ever complimented me like that. I think it's kind of sad that we didn't get one with Mary when we're, like, little and, like, gardening with her. Lady Katarina, does my appearance not seem creepy to you? My hair, it's as white as a hag's and my eyes are as red as blood. Everyone always says I'm a creepy-looking cursed child. When I voiced my earnest thoughts, Lady Katarina only looked at me in surprise and laughed cheerfully. Your white hair is as beautiful as silk, and your eyes twinkle like a pair of rubies. I think they're both beautiful. That's what she said to me. The first time anyone had complimented my appearance. I still can't forget her words. And that's when I fell in love with her like everyone else. And then we became friends. My beloved Lady Katarina, we bonded over our mutual love of romance novels. Hers is truly a kind, warm soul. Oh, look at little Katarina, it's so cute! Hey, Sophia, let's go to town to buy the next volume! You're so amazing, Sophia! You know everything about romance novels. They're like 10 reading romance novels. Jesus, get out of here. Okay, well, most of the adult romance novels are basically borderline porn, so as long as you're not reading those. Your analysis is as sharp as ever, Sophia. What else do you make of this? Lady Katarina's smile never faded, and she never once called me creepy. Rather, she'd always call me beautiful. I want to be my best self so that I can be proud to be the person Lady Katarina calls beautiful. I don't get the feeling, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like with Mary, it's like he said the green thumb thing, and that was triggering her to fall in love with us instead of Alan because he didn't get to say it. But I feel like with this, it's more like, my beloved Lady Katarina is more like, oh, she's my bestest friend and the person that gave her confidence and, like, you know, it's not a romantic thing. Maybe, I don't know, but I'm just saying. Mary definitely seems into us. She's, you know. I will no longer run away. When I stood up to that man called Frederick, everyone supported me by rebuking him too. I'm so lucky to have them. Had I not met Lady Katarina, I never would have made so many wonderful friends. Lady Katarina, I love you. Okay, maybe that's romantic, but I kind of still feel like it's more like just not obsessed, but like indebted to and like just, you know. I don't feel like it, to me it doesn't feel like it's in the romantic vein, not as much as Mary is like screaming like she's ready to jump on us and go to town, you know what I'm saying? But it might be, I don't know. In my heart I tell her my feelings. Lady Katarina smiles at me. And that alone means more than all the insults in the world. And if it is romantic, then I'm guessing our friendship route or normal ending is like our lady harem. So. Anyway, I am gonna wrap this up here, so I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.